right into it. I went to communion today at church, and this is just like really opened my eyes. I mean, like, for real. You know, when you are able to like actually get some peace and quiet and like really listen to your thoughts and listen to others around you. And I actually was, when I went to church today, we had communion. And their children's church and everything was closed, and they allowed everybody to come in and receive communion together as an entire congregation. And one thing that, sorry, I'm making some tea as well. One thing that I was like, wow, this is really awesome. Like, the praise and worship was amazing. But it wasn't just the fact that we were doing communion. It wasn't just the fact that, my kids were there, everybody was able to receive the communion. I noticed something about myself. I had a lot of unchecked things that I don't think I ever really checked in with myself. But not just that. And it really didn't dawn on me until I was able to get quiet and get still. If you're not in a place where you can truly see your potential, you need to change your mental environment. No, you can't move. You can't just up and quit your job. No, you can't just up and change every circumstance about your life. But there is, before you enter a physical place, you go to a mental place. And 2025, it's really about not just setting the intentions, but it's really about doing things no matter what, no matter how difficult, no matter how scary, like taking things head on. And I think, you know, I think we as people, we are like afraid. We don't want to go and show our true colors. We don't want to be those people who go out and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get judged if I go do something else. Like, if I do something that I should or shouldn't do. I'm telling you right now, whatever that God is setting for you in your life, hi. Whatever God is setting for you, whether it be you having kids, whether it be you taking on a new job, taking on whatever, or whatever it is that God is challenging you to cut it off. You cannot take, you cannot receive the new things or the new destiny that God has prepared for you if you still have the baggage of 2024. Like, you literally are carrying bags with you. And you can't say, oh, I'm going to prosper. I'm going to do all of these great things. You can't do any of those things because you're going to be mentally stumped. I think what 2025 is doing for a lot of people, I feel like 2024 did a lot of, exposing. It really showed a lot of people, okay, I need to do these things. I need to reset whatever I did before. I need to do it now. And it's just so important in 2025 to start with gratitude. Like, I look back and I want you to do this practice with me. Let's go over the things that you want to be grateful for, whether it be your kids, it be your family. it be something that was so hard to go through today, so difficult to you to break out of. Let's go through and just be thankful you got through it. Let's mentally set ourselves and say, okay, I not only made it out, but I was able to grow from it. I remember when I actually was tried and tested beforehand. I remember my emotional responses. I remember how things used to get under my skin. I remember how I couldn't listen, I couldn't receive, and all of those things. And I want to tell you right now that if you really are wanting to be a better parent, a better mom, you are going to have to cut off those things. You can't take in those things like you were before. I'm looking for my honey. Like, I'm going around like looking for my honey. I'm making some tea. I got some green tea if you want to look at it. Thank you all, everybody who have subscribed for so far. Thank you so much, Brantley Munns. I appreciate it. Thank you. How are you? Thank you, Boost Novice. I think it's Novice, Jace, bruh, and thank you everybody who has joined. I really appreciate you. I'm just really just talking about the intentions and the things that was really dawned out to me. When I started making this YouTube channel, it was not just on the sole purpose to help someone, help people grow, right? I knew people were going to grow. I knew that this was going to be an opportunity for me to help somebody. This is not the only thing that I was going to be doing. And I'm making some tea. Hi, Jevin. I'm making some tea. I have some green tea and some chamomile. And it's going to really help flush the toxins. And I'll show this to you. I got my tea bags here. I've already warmed up my hot tea, so we're going to be good to go. And I just got some clover honey here. And what I'm really bringing on my channel is just authenticity of just not allowing things to overcome my mental. Even from just exercising, from weight loss to, just trying to do better overall in my life, having better self-talk, making fun of the situations that I'm not that great at. I think it's really hard for people to make fun of themselves, to really just to get engage in certain situations, because it's easy to disengage when somebody's telling you the truth, right? You're like, man, do I really want to hear from what this person has to say? Like, even though like there are some moms, like I don't know if you're a parent and if you're a child, well, clearly you're going to be a child of God, but if you're a child and you come from a parent, you already know that you're going to have differences with other parents and other kids because you're different, right? Well, I'm bringing this up because it's so easy to start comparing yourself to every other child, every other parent. And you're like, man, like, why am I in this situation? Like, why didn't I have the life that they have? Why can't I afford the very expensive, nice, things that all the other parents have, like the Stanley Cups, all the things that people are posting about, all of the things that people want to get. Like, why can't I have that? I want to go out and get it. I think that like there's a serious FOMO going on for the most part. And I just want to bring that to attention. Like, what you're bringing in right now You can't bring that stuff in. Wait, what is that? Sorry, I thought I saw something. I was like, what is that? Why is it at night? You see the most random things. Sorry. I mean, like, I'm literally having a great thought. Like, something looks like I saw a bug, and I'm like, oh my God. Anyway, um, I don't know if I put enough sugar in here. Well, not sugar, but honey. But in order for you to become like your best you, gratitude. It like literally it's erasing that fear. And it's really helping me to become and step into who I really want to be. I love to do creative videos. I love to do all of those things. And I'm just encouraging you to just step into whatever that you're desiring. If you want to start a YouTube channel, get on there and see what makes you excited. See what gets you burning. Like, see what makes you jump up and like, man, I really love to help people by doing this. Because no matter what, you are offering value to people no matter what the situation. Whether you have 10 subscribers or if you had 30,000 subscribers, it doesn't matter. If you're offering something that someone else cannot offer, whether it be your voice and how you say something, or if it's what you're actually able to offer, meaning it could be a physical product, it could be things about hair. I know for me, there's so many different things. I bring a natural standpoint on stuff because I do a lot of holistic things, like having green tea and chamomile and doing a lot of natural hair videos as well, because I know for a fact these things work. But I know that they're not inexpensive. Like, I know that, and that's kind of like how the world is. Like, buying refined sugar is way cheaper than buying honey. It's like, do you want to get some white cane sugar? Technically, it came from sugar cane, so I mean, it is a plant. So you can say that it's natural, but it's not as healthy for you than honey. I mean, honey has so many benefits. So I'm saying that it's like whatever type of twist that you can bring to your channel, bring that thing. It's going to be so much more entertaining and so many things that you can bring forth. And another thing is like not just trying to see, like, pick apart every little single thing, like about what you're doing and what you're not doing. So much better. That was it. And you should get on YouTube because, like, people are waiting to hear from people that have something unique to say. People want to see unique things from a unique standpoint, right? I most certainly do not have a perfect life, but my kids are quite funny. Oh, it looks a little dark in here. I don't like that. No. No. Okay. And then I also see from things that I'm really good at, things that I can talk about very well. And the value that I'm bringing to you is like I'm sitting here because I got just lights everywhere. I am a mom that me and my husband, we just put our kids to bed. And finding that time where you're able to actually get alone and prioritize that time, you're like, man, I'm actually able to get alone with myself. I'm actually able to talk to myself. I'm actually able to really plan and make goals for myself, make myself a priority, essentially. It's so hard parenting as well because you're literally doing this when everybody is going to bed. You're sacrificing the time for you to go watch your favorite TV shows, and go do all the things that you want to do, and you're doing all your planning And you don't have to sacrifice yourself to do something that you really, really feel that you're called, because essentially you are the thing that makes it so significant, that makes it so beautiful, it makes it so natural. Someone else's channel is not going to be like this. I'm not trying to go on here and say that, um, I'm clearly, I'm not a model. I'm not someone that I'm not. I'm someone that is creative. You are someone that is creative. You are someone that is very special. You are someone that can bring a lot to the table. Don't allow the things that you did in the previous times before be something that you can't do right now. Like, who says that you can't? Like, who says these things? And if they're saying that, then you need to change your mental space. If they work with you, when you see them, you need to learn how to detach yourself from the situation. You need to learn to be like, I hear you, but I don't hear you. Like, you're on mute in my brain. And I'm just going to tell you about this experience. I was working this job where, oh man, I hated it so bad. I hated it so very badly, to the point that every time I went into work, I like physically felt sick. Oh man, I just like, even just thinking about it right now, like, it was so bad. People were always short. I was always being spread so thin, doing everybody's job, being manipulated, being talked about, did not have anyone who cared a cent about me. But when something happened, they would all come to me trying to figure out, well, you should go fix it. And then the manager had no backbone in her body to save her. It was a hot mess. I mean, the world was literally crumbling if they were the head of it. It was so bad. And I couldn't talk to anybody because I needed to be there, for the money. But this is the thing. When you work somewhere where it's only one thing that is serving you, it was so hard for me mentally to detach myself from being saying, okay, this is just a job that's going to help me get to here and there. I literally, I was so mentally stressed and just I just couldn't wrap my mind around any of the things that were going on at work. And all I wanted to do was do something else. And that's kind of how I started. I just started doing something else. That's when I started doing a YouTube channel. That's like when I started, like, what can I do? Well, what will I talk about? Like, what? And then the thing was, is, well, what do you like to do? What are your experiences that you're good at? I have a lot of experience in the mommy department. I have a lot of experience in creativity. I love to express myself. And the thing is, like, you got to figure out what makes you you. And I think that's the hardest thing about getting on YouTube, is like, you don't know what you're going to do until you do it. And you don't find any of those things until you actually start doing it. Most of all, you don't find the courage to do half of these things. Like, it takes courage to be on camera. It takes it takes endurance to be on YouTube. It takes endurance. Like, burnout is real. Like, you literally, you'd be so tired and just exhausted of having to do, quote unquote, the work of everything. And I think the mentality of when you get on here, you're like, I'm just going to do this on the side. I'm going to do this on the side and do this on the side. And you treat it, you're going to get crumbs instead of you being totally committed and really showing up. It's kind of like having a friend. How do you expect for someone to show up for you when you're not showing up for other people? Like, Someone is not going to be showing up for you constantly and you're not being a friend as well. It's like it's a mutual relationship. And I think that to be a great friend, you have to provide value. You have to say what it is. You have to, if you're afraid, you have to just say it afraid. Whatever that it is, have those vulnerable moments. Because this is the thing. I'm not the only one that experienced it, and you're not going to be the only one that experienced these things. You're going to go through life and you're like, man, I wish someone had the opportunity to talk to me about this. I wish somebody had the opportunity to share this information with me, because if they did have the opportunity to share this information with me, maybe I would be further along in mentally being able to grope with these things. Like, to learn how to sacrifice your mental thoughts one by one. And this is something that I do daily. When a thought comes in your head, whether it be negative or positive, inspect it. Does it belong there? Who put it there? What are you ingesting? Like, that's a big one. Like, I am ingesting some tea for my health. I want to feel better. I want to have lower inflammation. I want to sleep good tonight. I want to wake up and feel refreshed in the morning. There are a lot of great benefits for my heart. There's a lot of benefits for my circulatory system. There are a lot of, so many benefits, right? I'm putting this into my body. But we see things with our eyes all day long. And then when we close them, it replays in our sleep. And we are literally still ingesting. Like, you are taking in those things and you're not even realizing that half of the things that you're taking in, and sometimes more than half, is toxic. It's toxic. The thoughts are toxic. What you're looking at is toxic. The people around you that are toxic. Like, it's just toxicity on just on 1,000%. And the moment when you say, I do not have to deal with this, I do not have to accept this, I do not have to do any of that, but what I can do, I can be better at that. I don't have to necessarily take it away, because everybody can't take away their situations. Like, you may be able to say, okay, well, I can't necessarily take that away, but what I can do, when this situation arises, this is how I'm going to respond. If you practice your responses, that is a healthy way of coping with whatever is attacking you. And I'm really focusing on the mental, because everybody is not in a situation to just up and quit things. Everybody is not going to be in a situation where you're just going to be able to say, hey, I want to just like be done with all of this, and I just want to stop, right? You can't just do that. Your bank account says no. No, you can't do that. Your husband or your wife is like, no, we can't be in a position to do that. But what you can do, you can say yes to the mental. Yes, I'm going to have a good sleep tonight. I'm not going to focus on that thought. I'm not going to focus on the person that's driving me insane at work when they're at work having a good night's rest and I'm over here stressing about tomorrow. That's not fair for you. That's not fair for the person that you're trying to become. What is it that's a goal that you're working on? Mom, dad, what is something that you're working on in this next phase? What is this next phase that you're going into? Like, what is it? How can you get closer to it? Not how can you get it? How can you get closer to it? And what is it about it? What attracted you to it? Because this is going to allow you to see why you're interested from the beginning. Sometimes you see things because you see it on your phone. You see, oh man, I've been watching a lot of cooking competitions. Maybe I should go be a chef, or maybe I should be in culinary school. I don't know. Or maybe you've been seeing a lot more artwork and you're like, maybe I should draw, maybe I should paint. Or, hey, I've been looking at a lot more airplanes, maybe I should become a pilot. Like, it's important for you to try different things, but it's important for you to learn different aspects, because sometimes when you go and just up and do those things, you realize, man, I really didn't like what I was gonna do. Like, I don't like it. And I want you to be able to make careful decisions and make whatever that you're thinking about. First, clear the space. Number one, have a clear space. It's like clearing your mind, like cleaning up the house. Like you're mopping up the floors, you're wiping up everything, and you're like, I'm taking out the trash. I can't even focus on anything else if I literally have clutter in my brain. And once you're able to do that, then you can say, all right, now that I've cleared up everything, now I can see what my desires are really focusing on. What do I really want to do? What really interests me? What am I really interested in? If I want to start a YouTube channel, which everybody should, I personally believe everybody should start a YouTube channel, because everybody has something valuable to offer that's different from anybody else's channel. No matter if there is 50 billion channels, yes, YouTube is a huge company. I mean, it's by Google essentially. But at the same time, there is something unique that everybody offers that nobody else can do. I'm over here talking to you and I'm telling you about something that you can definitely start. But there is no reason why just little you that you're thinking, there's no way that I could do it. There's no way that I could grow my channel. This is the thing. When I started getting more original to myself and started doing things not just that I wanted to do, what the people wanted to see, I immediately saw a big difference in my viewership. And I'm saying, you want to serve God, you want to serve the things well, no, you want to serve God. You don't want to serve a thing. You want to serve God. You want to make sure that you're doing your purpose. But secondly, you want to make sure whatever your purpose is, that you're hitting the nail every single time. And you can't do that if you're looking at what other people are doing. It's kind of like you're driving and not looking straight ahead. You're looking at the person that's driving next to you. What do you think that you're going to end up doing? You're going to be driving in their lane. And then you're going to drive off the road and get in an accident. It's very similar. So it's just no excuses why you can't starting. If you could just starting tonight, tomorrow, open up an account, just start thinking about what is something that you're interested in right now. Because tomorrow you're going to go to work, you're going to have those same experiences. You're going to get up, you're going to brush your teeth, you're going to get in the same, I'm praying you brush your teeth. You're going to get up and do the same routines that you just have done today. Your same complaining, everything is still going to be the same. You cannot live life like that. You have got to just stop. You have got to stop and think about you. You are important. You have got to make sure that your cup is being filled, because at the end of the day, you're going to go through these ups and downs just in life in general. You're already going on a dang roller coaster. You might as well be on the right one. You don't want to be on the roller coaster that is sending you in a different direction, and then you have to just keep going through the loops over and over and over, and it doesn't dawn on you until you got to get on another one. Like, that's not going to help you mentally. And so I know, like, I went from talking about my communion I want to tell you about that. I wanted to tell you about these things because that's how I got here. Like it really just it recentered me. It really showed me that, man, this is my purpose. This what I'm telling you right now, when you find your purpose, you need to do it. You need to do it because nobody is going to do it for you. You're going to be looking everywhere else and nobody's going to be like going to do it the way that you're going to do it. It's kind of like a birthmark. Nobody has a birthmark like you do. Not in the shape, not in the shade. Nobody has it like you. If they look under a microscope, nobody has it. It may look similar, it may sound similar, but it's not you. And so I want you to take this moment to just be like, write 3 ideas, not 5. Let's do 3. 3 ideas if you got on there tomorrow and you wanted to do 3 different things. Try those 3 different things. Just see what happens. But see what happens to you. Don't look at the views. Don't look at how many people are viewing. Don't look at how many people are commenting. No. What happens to you when you post it? What do you notice about yourself? Before you go and look, the views will come later. The monetary, it will come later. So, what is it about you creating something that's authentic and saying, I like that. This is what I need to do. Now, I'm about to set out these vitamins for tomorrow because I need to make sure that me and my husband, that we're both taking our vitamins. And lucky you, if you are someone who are like, I don't need vitamins, well, congratulations. But I personally believe everybody needs to have vitamins essential to their lives. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. Just like you got to take in some vitamins to make sure that you are healthy. You got to take in vitamins. You're getting all of your nutrition. You need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and taking care of your mind, taking care of your kids while you're running out, hanging out with everybody, friends, and trying to get the latest gossip on every single thing. You need to make sure you're taking in inventory of your mind. Making sure that you're right around the right people, that those people that are around you, those friends, they could be snickering and laughing about you behind your back. You need to be checking on that too. That mom group that you love to be around, you need to make sure they're not talking about you. You need to make sure that those people have good intentions and that you got people in your corner to lift you up. So those are just some things that you need to do. I'm checking and holding my wellness accountable because I refuse to be someone who's not taking care of myself and go to the doctor and I'm like, I don't know how I got like this. And the doctor is like, well, you would chew 24 hours a day. Like, you come to see me for one appointment. Like, what do you want me to do? That's like an eye opener. Like, I can't expect a surgery or anything to fix my health if I'm not doing what I can to help me. Like, I have my legs. My legs can go on a treadmill. My legs can walk down the street. My legs can move around up and down these stairs. If it's storming and raining or snowing outside, I got some stairs in the house and I can go up and down those stairs. I will be just fine. Oh, my knees hurt? Okay. Let's do a low impact workout. How about that? I mean, there's ways to do it. They're not the ways that maybe you want to do it, or may not be ways to try to do it, but there's definitely ways. There's definitely ways. And I personally, I'm just, I I'm not making any more excuses about my health. I've had people pass in my family recently, and I just look at people just deteriorating mentally, physically, emotionally every day. And that does not have to be you. You do not have to be that person that feels and looks empty, that feels like they have lost themselves because they're constantly on the run mentally. Like, have you ever been in a situation where you cannot turn your brain off? Like, you literally have the inability to not sleep because your mind is still on edge? There is a vitamin for that. There is a vitamin for that. They have St. John's Wort. It's really great for depression. Ashwagandha is really good for it as well. But this is the thing. Your ailments, the things that really bugs you, the things that are actually going wrong with you, that you feel like that is causing a lot of problems, if you can identify those things now, by the time you get down the road, you're going to have such a big issue. You're going to be trying to figure out what in the world happened. How did you get here? And the doctor is not going to be able to answer those questions. All he's going to do is give you this right here. He's going to say, hey, just take this. Take this pill. Take this medication. Just take a vitamin. Just go out for a walk. Someone's making you angry, feeling like you're so stressed out, you just don't know what to do, you're about to go out of your mind. Start writing. Write these things out. And then when you're starting to overcome these things, share it. Share it with the world. Put it on YouTube. Write a blog. Write a book. Those things, it was never meant to stay in your mind. It was never just meant for you. Yes, you broke through those trials, but it was not meant for you only. It's meant for other people. You have something significant to offer. And so I personally believe that everybody, even the people who don't believe in God, I still believe that they have something very unique. I believe that they are still very special because not only did God create them, but He also saw value in them. He wouldn't create something that wouldn't be able to change something or someone at some purpose. And if you live long enough and you have some type of story to tell, then you will definitely, this thing does not want to open. It's like, no. You live long enough, your story will not only change your life, it will move people. It will make people just have an extreme wake-up call. I think I got everything. And just to kind of let you know what I'm taking as well, and my husband and I, what we take. Okay, so this here, these are for joints. This is for joints. This is great for your joints. So, and this is ashwagandha. This is B12. And this is magnesium. This is potassium. And this is multivitamin. So I think this should be do the job for multivitamin in the morning. So I think everything will be great. Then I have my little batch here. This is for me. It's for my husband. And I'm going to sit this out for him. And he'll get his vitamins over here by the coffee bar. And then that's really it. Okay. Well, I hope you guys have an amazing night. I gotta go. It's getting late. I need to take care of myself and get some rest. And I hope you guys had an amazing night. I hope you found value in the things that I said. Um, but I also hope whatever that it is that's stopping you, I hope you find out what that thing is. Because it's going to keep showing its ugly head over and over until you do something about it. So, have a good night, and I will see you later. Bye. Like and subscribe, please. Bye.